my dear Cancer. This is a love reading, our prediction for the month of June with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And I'm reading in the order of birthdays this time. And this time it's the Gemini birthday month. And as an extended member to the channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's a 4 elements reading up. Why do I struggle to release attachment for the full members to the channel? And what divine interference can I expect ahead is up for all the members, where we reveal what message that comes through from the divine. Subscribe and then check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. I can also recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for May to get a context, and this is the prediction for June. And I'll start reading your cards. I use the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And when I open your deck here, I see Death together with the 2 of Swords. It seems like we want to avoid some kind of ending. We see that something is, not just working out, and maybe we even want to let it go, but we fear what would happen if we did so, or if we are forced to, even worse. Okay. I call the divine with Love and Light. And here we have the 8 of Wands together with the 2 of Swords. With the 8 of Wands, I feel like there would be able to come some kind of replacement instead of what you're losing there with the Death card. There's some new energy coming in, and we know it for sure. Probably we have, we have known it for quite some time, but we decide to not say it or to not express it here. But here the truth comes, no matter what, if we want it or not, the truth about some kind of ending. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have a 10 of Pentacles with the 2 of Swords. So this seems to have been something that have given you a lot of value. It can be a relationship, long-term relationship or a friendship, or it can be a work or something that have brought money into your life, or wealth in some other form, or a security. Security can come in other ways. It can be a house, it can be we have a family together. It's something we just think is a good thing, and we don't want to break it off or end it because of this value. So I call the 6 elements, and here we have the 2 of Pentacles with the 2 of Swords. So kind of 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, or 2 steps forward, 3 steps back maybe. Okay, so 2-2. It shows indecision. We're hanging on the fence about something. We don't want to take an uncomfortable decision. And most of all, we just don't want to take unpleasant fallout from this. For example, consequences. If we quit a job, we don't longer want to stay in. We don't get money. If we don't stay in a relationship, a love relationship, we don't get the closeness, the evening chats, or sex, or hugs, or whatever it is that we need. And if it's a friendship, we have one less person to call when we need a friend. So it can be really hard to end things, even if we feel that the ending is coming, or something maybe doesn't make us entirely happy in this situation. If there's a life partner and there's a house and children and pets and common friends and family, it's even worse. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds to you, the person most on your mind, and your relationship in June. For some of you, this ending won't be with the relationship, but it can affect the relationship. Okay, So this is the new bottom of the deck. And it's the 8 of Swords, so being crippled by fear, not being able to go with the 8 of Wands because of the 8 of Swords. What if, like, I need an income, or who will we have the children every other week? What will happen? I want to see them every day. So it's a lot of doubts. This is the old bottom of the deck, and we have the Queen of Cups, which is Cancer here. So I'm not getting any particular information from this, just the notion that this is you, and you might have held your emotions secret for a while because you wanted to be nice, or you didn't want to cause trouble for someone else, because the Queen of Cups is usually very empathic. This is what's on your mind, with the person most on your mind. This is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind with you. This is your feelings, the bond between you two, their feelings, your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for June, and this is their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation here. 5 of Wands. So there might have been conflicts, or like the other person wasn't really happy with what you did, or didn't appreciate things that you did, or try to, force you to give more, or work harder, or do better. So in some way not pleased with the way that you built things, and maybe discarding it, or saying, I don't want that, you need to give me something better. So that's the energy that I'm getting here. But it might just be, ordinary conflicts without this undertone. Maybe we just have different goals in our life. Maybe we are on different life paths even. And it's can be a time to go separate ways, or it's a time to deal with this conflict. So this is what's on your mind, with the person most on your mind. And we have the Emperor there. So with the Emperor, I feel like you don't want to listen to these people that says how this house should be built, or how you should do things, or how you can make things better. It seems to just make you a little bit irritated there. And this is what's on their mind. 4 of Swords. It can be the other way around as well, that you have demands on this person and they refuse to give in to these demands. But it seems like they have a lack of energy. So either this is from trying to persuade you over a longer period of time that they wanted things in a certain kind of way, and they felt like you didn't listen. And then now they kind of don't care. It's harsh to say, because I don't feel that's exactly right. It's more that they don't have the strength to care, is what I'm seeing here. So 4, both are trying to take the Emperor position. This person might, do the silent treatment, ghosting you, and they are not getting their will through, or you're not changing things accordingly with how they want things. So they just skip, making that call to you, or skip showing up. So it can be like that. And I feel that you are angry. So maybe it's, all the same to you. It's sad situation a bit, but in the same time, if there has been a longer period of not being able to, talk or understand each other, or maybe we have a bad way of seeing each other, so we can't really appreciate the other person for what they are doing, because we have our view on them. So for example, if they have the view of you as lazy, it doesn't matter how much you fix around the house and do with the kids, or deal with at home and at work, and all these kind of things. They will just perceive you as lazy, because sometimes we are projecting things onto our peers or our partners and friends, and it doesn't matter what's the truth sometimes. So that can, and it's not entirely that person's fault that's projecting, because they can't help that they are doing this. They can wake up, but then they need some kind of wake-up call. For example, that you tell them that that's not true. I'm not lazy. Sometimes I need to, rest and do other things than being on my toes. But I have achieved a lot of things, and I don't think that you can call me lazy, for example. But we see the bond between you two. It comes this legacy again, that there's so much that you have built together. So it's hard to see the other person, almost turning away from that or not investing in that anymore with the Four of Swords. So this is your emotions, and we have the Empress. So it seems like you have a lot to give in this situation still, but I just feel that you don't feel entirely appreciated. And this is their feelings, and we have a Six of Wands, and they're kind of having their back turned against you. It's almost like they wanted some kind of special treatment, is what I'm feeling. Like they wanted to come across here in the town, and you should hooray, and I don't know. But you didn't. You expected an equal. And in some way, this person wanted you to do something extra for them, or it's almost as if you owe them. But in the same time, we have both the Emperor and the Empress on your side, which shows like the golden couple or soulmates, or people meant to be together. And I think that this is how you see the situation, that you are meant to be together. And maybe it's so, but sometimes we go through life and we meet a person, or we stand in a situation that we can't truly 100% appreciate. And we do mistakes with that situation, and we don't respect it as we should. And eventually we lose it. And then we stand without. And this is what I feel like this person will feel further down the road, that they should have appreciated you more while you were around. I think you are appreciating this situation with both the Empress and the Emperor on the same side. You see its value, but for some reason you don't feel valued in this situation, and therefore it's almost like you don't want to make... when they ask you, can't you do like this, can't you do like so, or in this way or that fashion, you just feel like you already do a great thing. Why do they need you to be so extraordinary, or why do they always need for example, it can be that a person is asking you to, I don't know, do your nails or hair, or have another style in clothes, and it doesn't have to be superficial like that. It can be someone that constantly wants, back rubs, or they can want you to do dinner for them every week, and maybe not returning the favor, or it can be different for different people. But I'm definitely seeing them having some demands on you, almost like they want to be celebrated. And you probably want a more mature relationship where people see that you're not there to pamper them, or to, be their little slave. You are there to be you, and you want to be respected as such. And this is your behaviors and attitudes, and we have a 9 of coins here. The 9 of coins shows a situation where you are roughly taking care of yourself and building on your fortune for yourself, like without this person riding through town here. So maybe getting a lot of attention from different people. You don't want to pay them attention because maybe you agree with me and think that they are a little bit spoiled. So you just tend to maybe other things. And if this has to do with work for some of you, this might be you kind of inventing another career for yourself. The 9 of Pentacles. It's a situation where we become very self-sufficient, so we don't need the situation that we had before. We can take care of ourselves. It can be a little bit lonely though, because it's connected to the Hermit, number 9. But it's a phase where we can take ourselves like the camel through the desert, having with us what we need so we won't starve or, thirst to death. So I'm seeing you taking it pretty cool here and not being overly nervous about the situation. You're rather preparing yourself for ending up alone or needing to take care of things on your own. And this is their behaviors and attitudes, and we have the 9 of Wands. So mostly I'm seeing this person being hurt because you didn't do that extra thing for them. So they still expect you to come and do that extra thing, but you don't do it. Instead, you start to build on your own things, whatever that can be. So if they want a dinner, instead you go on a yoga class. And if a friend maybe wants a special treatment, you don't give that to them, is what I'm seeing. 9-9. So both people are kind of staying in their ring corner and being a little bit suspicious about the other. This person at least suspicious. You're more, I think you already know what it is that they want, or maybe you're not 100% sure, but even if you don't know what it is that they want, you don't feel as if you need to figure it out because it seems too complicated, or it seems as if it's not worth it, or if they loved you, they would tell you, or if they valued you, they would stay, or they would, appreciate you. And it ends on the same note as it begun. Yoon, 5 of Wands turns to 5 of Swords. So there's a disarray and conflict and possibly misunderstanding that this person is reading into a lot of things that you do, and kind of builds up in their head to something that you never intended, you never meant, and you never even had it as a thought in your mind. But for them, it's something they are overthinking. 4, 5 of Swords, and they 5, 6 of Wands. They think that they are extra special and need this special treatment. I want to see a little bit more with this passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. That was a strange card in this context, but I will continue with this. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationship reflected mask. Can it be that this person is, really into the 6 of Wands is connected with the Lover's card, and 6 and fire, it's fiery. So maybe they are very passionate about you, but they don't tell you, or they keep it behind, a mask. But they're still like a little bit narcissistic, and even if they won't tell you how much they want you, need you, love you, or need your advice or need more from you, or maybe they have hinted it and bothered you with this, but it seems as if maybe this person has a little bit of fault, like something wrong with their self-esteem, which making them need to be extra pampered. Love is too dangerous. I was serious about us. I don't feel worthy of love. Yeah, I think that's the problem, that they don't feel worthy of love. So they read into a lot of things that you say and do as if you mean everything much worse than what you say. So it can be hard sometimes when we have those kind of situations. I have mother issues. I was scared of hurting you, and inside me I scream your name. So you might have had parents that had high expectations on you, and you never wanted to hurt them. We saw that with the Queen of Cups. So you have held a lot of things inside and maybe tried to be very nurturing in this situation, but for some reason, with this mother issues, I'm thinking you have had parents maybe, or other people in your life that had high demands on you, and therefore you're a little bit immune to people trying to have high demands on you. Then you kind of step away, or you say no, or you don't show much interest. But inside me I scream your name, so it seems as if you would want to keep this relationship, but it looks so cool, and I'm feeling you are so cool there. But it's very likely that you want things in another way, but it's just you don't want to take if people are treating you in that way, like having to high demands on you, because that makes you do the buckaroo as a horse, wild horse or a wild bull, because you have seen it all before, and you're not going to go through with feeling in that way again. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meaning the one. So passion and heart with a key. So 2 hearts there. So I think it kind of matches the Emperor and the Empress here, that you feel like this person would be perfect for you. Golden mirror. This person also got mirror. Golden mirror and a girl talk. With the mirroring, it seems as if both of you are mirroring each other's wounds. So when you can't stand people, pushing you to give them even more, you just say, no, I'm not going to give anything. If you are like that, that pushes this person's feeling of not being worthy of love, and then they go into overdrive and kind of pushes you even more, and then you turn off even more, even though I'm feeling like you are the more stable person in this relationship with a lot of love to give. But since this person can't really behave 100%, you are becoming a little bit like a bull in a china shop. But that's a little bit like I'm maybe like not saying the entire truth here. I'm not thinking that you are as a bull in a china shop. Occasionally, yes. It's more as if you are just turning on the ice machine and growing cold and just becoming this person that takes care of yourself. Because I think maybe you got threatened by parents or other people in your past that if you didn't do that, this would be the consequence. And when people try that with you, give you ultimatums or things like that, you go into this rebellic kind of phase where you just turn off and are not interested in engaging anymore. So it's just you are fueling each other's trauma, basically. We have victory here. So victory comes together with this victory. So it feels as if this person is not going to yield until you give them what they want. I will see what the divine says as advice to that. Spirit of place. This is you just tuning into yourself and, taking care of your own business. And, if you can't connect with your partner or your friends or your family, then you connect with nature or, your own stuff, what you're doing, maybe walking your dog or taking care of your home or your garden, or you just, tuning into yourself and wide open. So I'm just feeling like you're doing this, like I asked for advice from the divine, and they're just mirroring this, what you're already doing, kind of. I don't care, I'm just tuning into myself. So maybe this person needs to get a no, even if they are so sure that they will win and they will force you to yield. 5 of Swords, 6 of Wands is both cards about winning, and here we have victory. So it might be that it's very important for this person to win, and for you it doesn't seem as important. Reunion. And what does this other person want? Prison. Well, it's they're putting themselves in prison, but of course they're putting your relationship a little bit in prison too, with this little bit of attitude here. Because you're open for reunion or to, you know, have peace within this relationship if they step down from their demands, but they rather, you know, live without and cry bitter tears than to this is crying bitter tears than to yield. So maybe it's yielding they need to learn. I will take another oracle card from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. The Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. Okay, so this makes things very clear that you're supposed to tune into yourself and, you know, do whatever the H you want. It's about discipline, armor, boundaries. I will actually read this card for you. Ooh, 37. Oh, it opened on that page. Interesting. The Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable that task may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another person begins. Okay, so don't give them the victory, the satisfaction of, you know, having you yield. Just play it cool and, you know, do something else while you wait for the result. Either this person has a big fit and break up with you, or they come to their senses and they don't need to win. You might need to communicate also a little bit. Sometimes that helps when people know where we stand and what we can, you know, how far we can stretch and where we absolutely draw the line. So maybe that could be a good idea if you were communicating that, and also asking, because sometimes this can be all underneath the surface, things that's asked underneath the surface, and you have never talked about it fully openly. And we saw with the Eight of Wands then the Death card that there might be a need for a transformation in the relationship where better communication comes through. So even if this person is sulking and being a little bit of a martyr and refuse to say what you have done wrong, maybe you need to shake it out of them and have a, you know, a serious, mature conversation. That often helps. Okay. So I'll show you this from above. And I would urge you to watch the reading. What do they want to happen between you two? And the love reading for May to learn more. And if you want to see new and exclusive readings from me and watch the channel normal reading in advance and ads free, you can become an extended member to the channel. I'm also doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to the channel every week, and personal questions readings for elements readings and all signs readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check out the different levels through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. Thank you so much for watching this far. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get a heads up when a new video is out. Take really good care until next time. Stay awake, stay healthy, stay blessed, and bye for now.